Stop settling for a basic Discord server. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a professional, high-end community from the ground up. We're covering everything from custom welcome designs and embedded rules to automated social notifications and a fully functional ticket system. I'll also show you how to master roles and permissions to keep your server secure. You can set all of this up in just a few simple steps. Let's get started. Open Discord, and at the bottom you'll see an option that says Add a server. Click on that. You can choose any option here, but I'll choose Create my own. Since I'm building a community server, I'll choose the option for a club or community. Now enter your server name, upload a profile picture like a logo, and once everything is set, click Create. When you first open your server, you'll see the default setup, one text channel and one voice channel. To start making this space your own, right-click any empty area and hit Create Category. You give it a name, click Create, and you're set. You can also do this by clicking your server name at the top and picking Create Category from the menu. It's that simple. If you want to rename a category you have created, right-click on the category you want to rename and click Edit Category. Then you can type the name and click Save Changes. Now let's start adding some channels to these categories. Just hit that plus icon right next to the category name. You've got three choices here: a text channel, a voice channel, or forum. Keep in mind, text channels and forum are a bit picky. You'll need to stick to lowercase letters and avoid spaces entirely because you can't use them. Voice channels, on the other hand, give you a lot more freedom. You can mix uppercase and lowercase letters, and you're totally free to use spaces between words to keep things organized. I'm going to jump ahead and create few more categories and channels real quick for this server. Alright, there you have it. Here is the complete list of channels we're going to need to get this server moving. Now, let's get these categories organized. You'll want to grab the onboarding section and drag it right to the very top. Since that's where your rules and welcome links are, it needs to be the first thing people see when they join the server. Now, for the fun part, let's add some personality to these channels. Head over to Edit Channel and we're going to drop in an emoji that fits the vibe of each one. If you're having trouble finding the right one, I highly recommend a site called EmojiFinder.com. It's great because you can just search naturally, like typing in welcome, and it'll give you a bunch of options. You can even tweak the skin tones at the bottom if you want to keep things specific. I'm also going to use a special channel separator to give the text and emojis some breathing room. I've left that character in the description for you to copy and paste. Here's a look at the final version with everything styled and ready to go. Next up, let's look at setting user limits for your voice channels. This is super helpful. For example, if you set a limit of 2, then only 2 people can jump in at once and everyone else will see it as full. To set this up, just head back into Edit Channel. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see a slider for the user limit that goes all the way up to 99. But for this specific channel, I'm going to lock it at 2. Do you want your server to greet new members with a welcome message like this? It's a great way to make the place feel alive the second someone joins. To set it up, head over to your server settings and look for the Engagement tab. Under System Messages, you'll see an option to choose where these alerts go. Go ahead and select your welcome channel from the list. Now, to keep things clean, just keep that very first toggle on and switch off the rest so you aren't spamming the chat with every little update. Now that we've got the messages moving, let's talk about notifications. You really don't want your members' phones blowing up every time someone sends a single message, so we're going to fix that. Click on your server name at the top and head into Notification Settings. In this menu, look for the default notification settings. Switch it from all messages to only at mentions. This way, people only get a ping when someone actually needs them. Once that's set, just hit done and you're all good to go. Alright, let's dive into the roles, head back into your server settings and click on the Roles tab. From here, just hit that Create Role button to begin building your team. First, give your role a clear name and pick out a custom color that fits the vibe of your server. Now look for the option that says Display Role Members separately from online members. You definitely want to toggle this on for your main roles like Owner, Admin or Moderator so they stand out at the top of the member list. The next setting is Allow anyone to mention this role. I actually suggest disabling this for almost every role, otherwise you're just asking for a lot of unnecessary pings that can get annoying fast. When you're setting up your own owner role, go ahead and enable every single permission in the list. Now, let's move on to the admin role. You need to be really careful here. Only give this to people you truly trust, like your closest friends. Once you enable that administrator permission, they'll basically have the keys to the kingdom and complete access to every part of the server. Next, let's build out the moderator role. These are the people responsible for keeping the server safe and keeping everything organized. For the permissions, I'm enabling things like manage messages, kick members, and ban members. You can go ahead and toggle on the same permissions I've used here to make sure your team has the tools they need to moderate effectively. Now, we're going to create a dedicated role specifically for the bots in our server. I'm giving this role the administrator permission so they can function correctly across all channels. Just a quick word of warning though. Be sure to only assign this role to verified and trusted bots, as giving admin access to a malicious bot can put your whole server at risk. Finally, let's set up the member role. For this one, I actually prefer not to enable any permissions at all. It's much safer to keep this role clean and then manually assign specific permissions to the individual channels later on. This gives you total control over what your members can do as they move through the server. Now, you'll see the default Add Everyone role. This is the base role that every single person has by default. Personally, I like to clear out all the permissions for this role entirely. Doing this ensures that no one can see or do anything in your server until you've specifically given them the right roles or permissions. Now, let's break down the three main types of channel setups you'll be using. The first type is read-only channels. These are perfect for things like rules or announcements where you want members to see the information and react to it, but not be able to send any messages themselves. Next up are general channels. This is the standard setup where your community actually lives. In these channels, members have the freedom to chat, send emojis, share GIFs, and even upload files to keep the conversation going. Finally, we have private channels. These are essential for keeping your server organized behind the scenes. These channels are completely hidden from most members and are reserved for specific roles, like your admin or moderator teams, so they have a private place to coordinate and manage the server. There are actually two different ways you can handle your channel permissions. The first way is to do it manually for every single channel. You'd have to go into Edit Channel, select Permissions, and then update the settings one by one for everything in your list. Now, while that works, it's a lot of extra effort. The alternative, and my personal favorite, is to set the permissions for an entire category instead. When you do it this way, every single channel inside that category will automatically follow those same rules. It does all the heavy lifting for you, so we're going to go with the easiest option, category permissions. By default, you'll see the @everyone role listed first. So let's start by adjusting those permissions. Since this specific category is for read-only channels, we only need to tweak a few settings to keep things locked down. You're more than welcome to just copy the exact permissions I'm using here if you want to save some time. Once you've got those set, go ahead and click the plus icon to add the member role to the list. We're going to apply those same read-only permissions to this role as well. Community category is where all the action happens and where your members will spend most of their time interacting. You'll want to go in and enable all the core chat permissions, things like sending messages, attaching files, and using emojis. Feel free to just mirror the exact settings I'm showing on screen right now if you want to keep it simple. One thing to note here is that since this category is strictly for text, we don't need to worry about the voice permissions at all. You can just leave those as they are and focus on making sure the text experience is ready for your members to start chatting. Now, when you're setting up the voice channel category, there's one important thing to remember. You need to make sure your text permissions are still enabled here too. Even though these are voice channels, Discord actually gives each one its own built-in chat section now. By keeping those text permissions active, you're making sure your members can still send links or type to each other while they're hanging out in the call. It just makes the whole experience a lot more seamless for everyone involved. Next, we have the staff zone category, which is strictly for your team. To keep this area private, the first thing you need to do is go into the permissions and disable the view channel permission for the @everyone role. Now, for the admins, things are pretty simple. Since we already gave the admin roles the full administrator permission earlier, you don't actually need to tweak any specific settings in these channels. They'll already have full access to everything by default. For the moderators, we need to be a bit more specific. Go ahead and add the permissions I'm showing here on the screen for the staff chat, moderator, and staff meetings channels. This ensures your mod team has exactly what they need to communicate and stay coordinated without having full server control. Finally, we have the server records category. This area is designed specifically for your moderators to keep track of everything happening behind the scenes. Finally, let's double check that all of our roles and permissions are functioning exactly how we want them to. To do this, head back into server settings, go to roles and select the Add Everyone role. On the right hand side, click those three dots and choose the option that says View Server as Role. This is a super helpful feature because it lets you see the server exactly how a regular member would, allowing you to catch any hidden channels or permission mistakes before people start joining. You can repeat this for any role, like moderator or admin, just to make sure the perspective is perfect. And that's it. Your roles and permissions are officially locked in and ready to go. Now, let's add some safety features to keep our community protected from bots and raids. First, click on your server name at the top and head into server settings. Under the moderation category, you'll see the safety setup option. Go ahead and click that, then find the verification level section and hit the change button. For a good balance of security, I recommend setting this to at least medium. This adds a solid layer of defense by requiring users to have a verified email and an account that's been registered for longer than 5 minutes before they can join the conversation. Next, we're going to set up rule screening. This is a great way to ensure that every new user understands your community guidelines before they can actually start participating. To find this, go to the Access tab in the People section and look for Server Rules. Once you enable this, you'll have the option to use Discord's default rules or add your own custom ones. I'll be adding my own custom rules here, and I've actually included these same rules in the video description, so feel free to copy and paste them if you need a head start. Once you've finished adding your rules, just click Save Changes. Finally, click that preview button to see exactly how the rules will appear to your new members when they first join. Now let's add some bots to take our server to the next level. And don't worry, we're going to keep this part super simple. First up, we're adding a stats bot so everyone can see exactly how many members are joining the community. To do this, just click on the server name, head over to the app directory and search for server stats. Once you find it, go ahead and add the bot to your server. As soon as it arrives, make sure to assign it that bot's role we created earlier to give it the permissions it needs to work. Now, to actually set up the display, run the command/create counter. In the options that pop up, I'm going to select both members and bots so we get an accurate count. Finally, set the counter type to voice channel and hit enter. Just like that, you've got a live member count right at the top of your sidebar. Next, let's add Sapphire, our main utility bot. Head back to the app directory, search for Sapphire, and add it to the server. don't forget to assign it the bot's role immediately so it has the correct permissions. Head over to the Sapphire dashboard. I've put the link in the description for you. Once you're there, you'll need to log in with Discord and authorize. Go ahead and do that now to get started. First, let's create an embedded rules message. Go to the Messages tab and create a new template. Give it a name and click Add. Now, go to the Edit tab and click Embed. You can enter the details manually, but to save time, just copy the code from the description and paste it into the Raw tab. Check the Preview tab to see how it looks. If you need to tweak anything, use the Visual tab to edit the details. Once you're happy with it, go to the Use tab, select your rules channel and click Send Message. Now, if you check Discord, your professional rules embed is live. Now, let's set up social notifications. Select it from the left sidebar. You can use this for YouTube, Twitch or TikTok, but we're doing YouTube today. Click Setup, type in your YouTube username and hit Continue. Next, select the channel where you want the alerts to go. I'm choosing Links. Once it's added, click Open Additional Settings. Toggle on Auto Publish and use Custom Message. Then click Open Message Editor. To customize the alert, go to the Raw tab and paste the code from the description. Use the Preview tab to make sure it looks exactly how you want. When you're finished, click Save Changes and Confirm. Now, whenever you upload a new video, Sapphire will automatically notify the server. Now, let's set up the welcome message. Select it from the sidebar and click on Join Messages, then New Message. You have two choices here, direct message or server. I'm selecting server since we already have a dedicated welcome channel. Pick your channel and click Continue to style message. Just like we did before, copy the code from the description and paste it into the Raw tab. Check the preview to make sure the layout looks good, then hit Save Changes. Now every new member will receive a professional welcome as soon as they join. Now let's set up auto roles. Before we do this in Sapphire, we need to adjust our role hierarchy in Discord so the bot has permission to manage users. Head to Server Settings. Go to Roles and find the Sapphire role. Drag it to the very top of the list and click Save Changes. This ensures the bot can actually assign roles to new members. Now, go back to the Sapphire dashboard and select Join Roles. Simply choose the member role to be added automatically. Now, your server will automatically give the member role to anyone who joins. Finally, let's set up our logs. Select Logging from the sidebar and click Set Category Channels to choose where the logs will be sent. Follow what I'm doing and you will be fine. Expand the Server tab. We want to track members coming and going, so select the Ins and Out channel for user join and user leave. Next, for the moderation category, select the Mod Logs channel. Review your selections and click Save Changes. Your server is now fully configured to track every important action. The last thing we're going to do is set up a ticket system. Head to the app directory, search for Ticket Tool, and add it to your server. Just like before, we need to go to our roles settings and drag the Ticket Tool role to the top of the list. Make sure to also enable the administrator permission for this role so it can create channels for you. Next, create a new category in your Discord sidebar where all the active tickets will appear. Make sure to toggle this as a private category. Now head to the Ticket Tool dashboard via the link in the description. Log in, select your server, and go to Panel Config to create a new panel. In the general settings, select your moderator role as the support team and click Save. Next, go to Category and select the private category we just created. Under Messages, you can customize both the panel message and the ticket message to fit your server's style. Finally, go to Transcript and select your Ticket Archive channel. Then set the user limit to 5 under the Limits tab. Once you're finished, click Send at the top and select your tickets channel. Your support system is now live. Now if you go back to Tickets channel, you can see the ticket panel. And that's it. You now have a fully professional Discord server ready for your community. Don't forget, all the custom codes and dashboard links I used today are waiting for you in the description below. If this guide helped you out, drop a like and subscribe for more server tutorials. If you ran into any trouble, leave a comment and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.